We are in East Turkana, northern Kenya, and behind me you see this desert landscape, but 2.75 million years ago this was completely different. It was a lush floodplain with paleo rivers, on the banks of which our ancestors developed a practice that ensured our existence maybe. They found a way to make stone tools from bare rocks, and we find evidence of this practice not in one but in 3 layers that are separated by 300,000 years, and we are very happy to share this with the world.
Each year, the Koobi Fora expedition sets out from Nairobi, crossing mountains, savannas and vast arid lowlands to reach the remote edges of the Turkana Basin. Led by the National Museums of Kenya, the Koobi Fora Research and Training Program brings together scientists and students from all around the world to uncover the deep history of our species. It was through this collaborative effort that we made a remarkable discovery at the site of Namorotukunan.
Here we are on the site of Namorotukunan, an archaeological site in the Turkana Basin, where early humans made these beautiful flaked stone artifacts. At one time in the past, this was a lush environment with large rivers, lakes, and a habitat that early humans wanted to live in. And we know that they lived there because they leave behind these sharp-edged tools. Amazingly, at this locality, we have not only one layer, but you can see that the horizons go all the way up to about 2 million years ago, and we have 300,000 years of evidence of early hominins making these stone tools.
Which means hundreds of generations of people made stone tools, and we retrieve such stone tools from places that were once rivers, where the practice was probably the most common. The light yellow markings in the rocks indicate sands. These were ancient rivers, and the brown rocks represent floodplains, the margins of the rivers. And in these sands that once were deposited by rivers, we find the raw materials and the stone tools that our ancestors produced 2.75 million years ago.
This object is the equivalent of a prehistoric knife in the sense that early humans knew that this material was very good for creating sharp edges, and they found it, even though the outside probably looked a lot like this, but they knew that internally it had this glassy material, and then sliced off multiple sort of sharp edges from this, and then we can see that they then discarded it and it was quickly buried, so that we still have that sharp edge even 2.75 million years ago.
And it was these early innovations that set the stage for our ability to adapt to multiple different environments.
The oldest level that we found is 2.75 million years, and we find also one of the largest expanse in time of stone tool use, starting from 2.75 and going onwards for 300,000 years. This means a very constant practice of stone tool making, and when you look at the stone tools and you look at the raw materials, you realize these inhabitants were also extremely astute in finding the raw materials, exactly what was best for making the stone tools.
And it's just a really, remarkable find for something as old as 2.75 million years ago.